Hey guys, I'm gonna try this again because I did a video just a minute ago and the audio and the video especially was terrible. So let's do that. I'm gonna try this again. So I wanted to do a video real quick, and I hope you can hear me okay, about recruiters. I did this public speaking event earlier today, and I was talking to the group about interviewing and just all the ins and outs about it from negotiations and everything. But I was talking about recruiters and how they're not all created equally. So we were breaking down whether it was an internal recruiter and external recruiter. So let me just break that down for you. So there's three types of recruiters. There's the internal recruiter that works for the company. So to give you an example, like I worked for Bloomin' Brands and they own Carrabba's, Bonefish, Fleming's, and Outback, right? So when I worked for them, I was an employee of Bloomin' Brands, right? And so I worked for them and we filled positions for those organizations. Most of my career, I've always worked for an outside agency, a firm. And so we engaged with clients. They would hire us and we would go and fill those positions for those clients. Now, on a permanent basis, there's two types of recruiters. And this is really important to know when you are working with recruiters. So for all of you that are looking for positions, this is really important for you to know. So there's contingent recruiters and retained recruiters. So a contingent recruiter is somebody who is working with a company and they work, let's say XYZ company says, hey, Kelly, I want you to fill our CFO position. Well, they probably have called me and they have called maybe 5 other firms to fill that position, or 3 other firms or whatever, but they're working probably with multiple firms on a contingent basis. There's no retainer paid. There's no skin off their back to work with us. It's just they can date whoever they want. So contingent, I always joke, is like that company can date as many recruiters as they want. On a retained basis, a retainer is actually applied, so they will give us a retainer. So it's like a down payment goes towards the fee. Some firms, it doesn't even go to the fee, it's just on top of it. But like when I work with clients, they pay me a retainer. Only work with retained clients. They engage me, they pay me a retainer, and that goes to the final fee. Why is that important when you're looking for a position? Well, if you're looking for a position, if you've ever worked with a recruiter and all of a sudden they call you about a job and you're super excited about it and they're like, hey, I'm going to submit you and everything, and all of a sudden you never hear anything from them, they most likely, 99% of the time, that was a contingent-based recruiter and they had either no relationship and no they weren't on a retainer basis with that company. So when I'm working with a company on a retainer basis, I'm actually the only person working with that company. All right. So they have paid me a retainer. I'm going to submit them 3 or 4 candidates, and that's how I work. So, and that's how any recruiter works if they're on a retained basis. So just to give you an idea, if a recruiter calls you and they're not an internal recruiter, again, they don't work for that organization. My hair is a mess today. Then you want to ask them, are you on a contingent basis or are you retained? Makes a big difference. Make sure you ask the question. Have a great day.